What's up, guys? This is Showtime's Fight Forum, and as always, we're talking all things fights. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, follow me on social medias at Showtime Sanders. And I just can't say thank you enough for watching. But once again, I want to make this bigger, man. So we got to make sure we share this. I want, your friends to watch it. I don't want your enemies to watch it. I want everybody to watch it. I don't want just you guys to watch it. So please, man, it'll mean a lot to me if you just start sharing my stuff so more people can see it. I'm trying to build this whole thing up. Now, this is going to be Showtime's top 5 strikers in today's MMA. I'm excited for this one, man, because I think my list is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's all UFC, but they have the best fighters, man. I'm sorry. They don't have all the best fighters, but they got the best fighters, the big collection of them. So it's hard for me to go outside, but maybe when it comes to when I do my grapplers list, maybe that'll be a little different. But yeah, strikers, I'm sorry, man. For what I'm seeing from these guys, I don't see from others. So, that's my opinion. Now, let's start off at the bottom. And I'm sorry that I'm leaving a bunch of great names off. So, there's a lot of fighters in this, and this is men and women. I'm not just doing men or, separately. So like I said, I am leaving out a lot of fighters, but it's top 5, Slim. So I'm sorry. It is what it is. 5, Dustin Poirier. He just lost the title shot. However, when it comes to striking, I don't believe there's too many guys better than him. Some people are gonna be upset, but I'm gonna let you guys know right now, Max Holloway is not on my list. And the reason why Max is not on my list is specifically because of Dustin Poirier. These guys fought twice. What happened? Dustin boxed him up. Now, I mean, the first time wasn't necessarily a straight boxing lesson, but the last time they fought, we saw what happened. We saw who the better striker was. I feel weird putting Max as a better striker, even though he got outstruck. So, sorry. And Dustin, he has great combinations. He has great power. I mean, he has a really good chin. It's really hard for me to put, anybody that, from Max above him. Because like I say, he also has that power threat. My biggest issue with Max is one, defense. He doesn't have great defense. He gets punched a lot. He has great pace, great pressure. However, he does get punched a lot. He does get kicked a lot. He also doesn't have that much power. I mean, he pity pats you to death. And I'm not saying that they don't hurt. However, he will beat you the hell up, but he doesn't knock people out. That does matter. I probably should have said this beforehand. I'm sorry. My list is going off of, obviously, power, off of striking defense, technical ability. I mean, the striking IQ. All these things are factoring into my. But if you get punched a lot, chances are you're not on my list. I'm sorry. Even if you do have, like Francis Ngannou, great striker, you're not on my list. I'm sorry, but you're not that technical. Who else? Who gets punched a lot that has really good power? I really can't even think of people off the top, but I'm just saying, if you get punched a lot, I'm sorry, you're not on my list. But yeah, 5, Dustin Poirier. 4 is actually gonna be the person who just fought Francis Ngannou, Cyril Gane. I mean, the guy's striking is beautiful, man. People don't like it, I don't care. It's phenomenal. He outstruck Francis. People can blame the knee all they want. Francis with a healthy knee looks exactly like that, no matter what. Because Cyril Gane will literally make you do what he likes to do because his striking is so phenomenal. He can knock you out. However, he's so fluid. His footwork is so good. Head movement is great. It's hard to hit, man. And then, like I said, his combinations are good. He can strike. I mean, people may not necessarily think he has power, but bro, he's a heavyweight. He has power. He can sleep you. He just chooses to outstrike you and make you look stupid. I like that. So he's definitely my number 4. Number 3, I'm gonna go Valentina Shevchenko. I'm sorry, man, but I mean, whatever you need in a striker, she has. Simple and plain. Speed, combinations, yes. Good defense, yes. Great fight IQ, oh, hell yeah. I mean, what made me such a big fan of Valentina was when she fought Holly Holm at 135. She got dropped, and I honestly thought that Holly Holm was gonna just outpoint her to death. I mean, Holly Holm is a bigger striker. She's also, critically acclaimed. She's probably the most accomplished striker in UFC history, if you really want to think about it. This girl has world championships in boxing and also in kickboxing. The girl is phenomenal. However, Valentina adjusted and she picked her apart and just started counter striking, and it was beautiful. So yeah, like I said, it's Some people are gonna sit here, and also, you know, Amanda Nunes is not on my list because this year. She just lost a couple months ago. I can't put you on here. You just got, you know, outstruck and beat pretty easily in the second round by Juliana Pena. Sorry. But yeah, like I said, Valentina has everything, man. She has knockout power. She has beautiful kicks, beautiful knees. I mean, the combination she put on, why am I forgetting her name? And it's kind of funny because that's what happened on Tough. I don't remember her name, but her last fight, the combination she put on her was absolutely ridiculous. And it's because of bright lights, I'm sorry. But yeah, she's my number 3. And honestly, you could argue that she's like 1 or 2. Like, that's just being honest. Number 2, people are probably gonna fight me on this, but I don't care because it's my list. Israel Adesanya. He's my number 2. I'm sorry, he's not my number 1. The only real reason why I'm putting Israel at 2 and not 1 is because I think that my number 1 is more of a finisher per se, and it might be as of late, but you know, I might be a recency bias, and also Israel just lost, and I didn't even the striking between Israel and John was like too close for me. So I'm like, bro, you're a well accomplished striker. It was at range. You should have very well picked them apart, but you kind of didn't. It was kind of close, so that kind of made me rate him a little bit lower. Because yeah, anyways, so yeah, Israel. I mean, once again, everything that I just said about Valentina really is the same exact thing for Israel. Israel can knock you out with his hands and his feet. He has really good knees. As Derek Brunson. I mean, his footwork is crazy. A lot of people don't talk about it, but they should, because it's. I mean, the guy can get you out of your. I mean, Costa made him look terrible. We've seen Paulo like absolutely obliterate people, and people wanted to blame, you know, the game plan on why, you know, he looked so flawless, but it was really Izzy's footwork. He couldn't get in the range to box at all. So because Izzy would just literally get out the way, and it was masterful. It was beautiful, and he does that to pretty much everybody. So I mean, at the end of the day, the guy and striking IQ is also phenomenal. He knows what to do. He knows what situation to put you in, and he knows how to get out of situation. His defense is very good. Outside of the Kelvin Gastelum fight, he's really not. He hasn't taken much damage at all as a pro, and that's a lot because he's fought killers. Like, he fought Yoel Romero. He's fought Robert Whitaker. He's fought Marvin twice. He's fought Paulo. Like, these guys are killers, and guess what? He left out unscathed pretty much versus all of them. So, like I said, you have to have great IQ, great defense, and amazing striking to be able to do that. My number 1, though, and I'm very confident to say this because he's in top 2 toughest division in MMA, and he's getting these dudes out the way easily, and that is Peter, however you want to say it, Yan. He is the best striker in MMA right now. I mean, whatever he wants to do to you, he will do, and he's a killer. He is an absolute killer. He will adjust and he will beat the hell out of you. It's not, and it's gonna look ugly. What he did to Aljamain, he was beating the hell out of this dude. First round, Aljamain came out really well, but then he got the hell beat out of him. Jose Aldo, who, let's keep this a buck. Even still to this day, it's very difficult to beat Jose Aldo first round, let alone first 2 rounds. As I recall, Peter was giving it to him the first 2 rounds. Then eventually he slowed down, and then it was a back and forth, but then he obviously picked him apart and Jose got his ass whooped. But to do that to Jose in the first round, it's like I said, it just speaks to his striking. The guy is smart, he's quick. I mean, he's not even worried about wrestling because he's a really good wrestler. I mean, really good knees and kicks. I mean, what more do you want in a striker than Peter Yan? Right now, I have what he did with Corey. That was a beautiful fight, one of the best fights of last year. Corey is arguably one of the most difficult strikers to fight because he's so unpredictable. Footwork is ridiculous. I like to say he's the offensive Dominic Cruz. Like, he does exactly what Dominic Cruz does, except, and he doesn't do necessarily the figure 8, but he moves around just as much. He complicates you just as much, but he's way more offensive, which makes him way more dangerous, and he's a lot more lankier. Yan beat him up bad. So I mean, it's really hard for me to put. I'm very confident in my number 1. I get why people will put people will put Izzy first because Izzy's well more accomplished. But when it comes to MMA, I'm sorry, man. Yan is number 1. But I want to hear your list. Who's your top 5? Who do you think I'm really missing out? Like, am I missing Volskin? Am I missing Max Holloway? You tell me who you think should be on there and tell me why. I would love to hear it. But as always, man, thank you guys for watching. You already know what it is. This is Showtime's Fight Forum. Make sure y'all follow and be blessed.